When your cat chooses to sleep next to you at night, it isn't random. It's not just about warmth. And it's not about habit. Cats don't pick their sleeping spot casually, especially when the lights go out. Because night changes everything. In the dark, a cat is at its most vulnerable. Their senses slow. Their guard drops. Their reaction time isn't the same. And in the wild, that kind of vulnerability can be dangerous. So when your cat walks past the rest of the room, ignores other comfortable places, and settles beside you, they're making a decision. And that decision means more than you think. Point 1. Survival instinct and vulnerability. To understand this, you have to think like a cat. Not a house cat. A wild one. In the wild, sleep is a risk. A cat that sleeps deeply can't react instantly. It can't run at full speed. It can't defend itself at maximum strength. That's why wild cats choose their sleeping spots carefully. High ground, hidden corners, protected areas. They don't sleep just anywhere. Even domesticated cats still carry that wiring. Because instinct doesn't disappear. It adapts. Your home may feel safe to you, but your cat's brain still scans for threat patterns. Sounds, movement, energy shifts. And at night, when the world is quieter, their awareness becomes even sharper. So when your cat chooses to sleep next to you, it isn't random comfort. It's positioning. You are being placed in their safety map. Your body becomes a barrier, a shield, a source of early warning. If something moves, you'll react first. If something makes a sound, you'll shift. And that matters. Because to a cat, proximity equals protection. They don't just want a soft surface. They want strategic safety. And choosing you is their way of reducing risk while they rest. If this is starting to make sense to you, take a second to hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel reach more cat owners who actually want to understand what their cats are trying to communicate. Because most people assume it's just affection. But once you understand the psychology behind their behavior, you start noticing patterns you never saw before. And what comes next goes deeper than instinct. Point 2. Subconscious evaluation. Before your cat ever chose to sleep next to you, they were watching you. Quietly. Cats are observers by nature. They don't rush into trust. They collect data. Every movement you make. Every tone in your voice. Every time you walk into a room. They notice patterns. Are you loud at night? Do you move suddenly? Do you shift aggressively in your sleep? Or are you predictable? Calm. Stable. Because predictability equals safety. To a cat, safety isn't emotional. It's behavioral. They test you in small ways. Sitting near you, but not touching. Resting at the foot of the bed. Watching your breathing. And over time, they measure something subtle. Does your presence lower their alertness, or increase it? If your energy feels steady, their nervous system slowly adjusts around you. They stop monitoring you as a potential variable. And that's when the shift happens. Instead of positioning themselves near the edge of the room, or facing the door, they move closer. Not because they're dependent, but because they've calculated the risk. And you passed. You became predictable. You became non-threatening. You became safe enough to lower their guard around. And when a cat lowers its guard at night, that's not small. That's trust built through observation, not emotion. Evaluation. Point 3. Trust and nervous system regulation. Once your cat decides you're safe, something changes internally. Not just behavior. Biology. A cat's nervous system is always scanning. Even indoors. Even in silence. There's a baseline level of alertness they maintain at all times. But around someone they truly trust, that baseline lowers. Their breathing slows. Their muscles loosen. Their ears stop rotating at every tiny sound. This is called regulation. Your presence becomes part of their safety system. Think about that. They don't just sleep near you for protection. They sleep near you because your body helps stabilize theirs. Your breathing rhythm, your warmth, even the subtle sound of you shifting in bed. These signals tell their brain, no threat detected. And over time, your presence becomes familiar to their nervous system. Familiar means predictable. Predictable means safe. That's why some cats press against your chest, or sleep near your head, or rest with one paw touching you. Physical contact reinforces safety. It grounds them, because if something changes suddenly, your body will react. And that reaction becomes their early warning system. But here's the deeper part. A cat will never fully relax in a place it doesn't trust. So when they stretch out, expose their belly, or fall into deep sleep beside you, they're not just comfortable. They're regulated. And regulation only happens when trust has already been established. Point 4. Emotional selection and bond meaning. By this point, it's no longer just about instinct, or evaluation, or nervous system regulation. It becomes something quieter. Selection. Cats are independent by nature. They don't attach the way dogs do. They don't seek approval. So when they repeatedly choose the same person at night, that choice carries weight. They could sleep anywhere. Another room. Another surface. Another person. But they return to you. And repetition is never accidental. Over time, your presence becomes part of their internal map of safety. Not just protection. Belonging. You become the place where their guard can drop the lowest, where their body can fully rest. And for an animal wired for survival, that is significant. Because trust isn't given once. It's renewed nightly. Every time they walk across the room, circle twice, and settle beside you, they're choosing you again. Not out of need, but out of recognition. You are safe. You are predictable. You are part of their security. So the next time your cat chooses to sleep beside you, don't see it as a random habit or simple affection. See it for what it really is. A quiet decision made in the dark. A moment where instinct, observation, and trust all meet in one place. They could rest anywhere, but they lower their guard next to you. And for an animal that survives by staying alert, that choice says everything.